Hello and welcome back, all of my minimalist babes. Today we are going to chat about Christmas gift giving. So we give gifts to people to show our appreciation for them, to show them that we love them, but they can also come with some baggage, which is clutter. And clutter is not something that you want to be giving people, and it just stresses people out even if they don't realize it. So we are going to go through 4 categories of the gift giving. We're going to tackle what to give acquaintances, adult, family, and friends, your kids and other people's kids. And number 4, your spouse or other significant people in your life. And as a bonus, I'm going to tell you what is on my Christmas wish list and why it shouldn't add clutter, and it might even be helpful. Next week, I am tackling stockings. So you are going to want to hit subscribe because stockings can be one hard thing to buy for. So when we're deciding to give gifts, it's really great if you can get something that's meaningful and that adds value to someone's life. And I really love to give consumables or experiences and a few other things as well. So acquaintances like teachers, your mailman, anybody who you really appreciate, you just don't know that much about them. And you might not really know what they're into. For me, I really like tea and I love giving tea. I like to give David's tea. You can get some pretty inexpensive teas there. You can also get some great inexpensive teas from the grocery store if you like. You can get some good little sample packs from David's tea, which I really like. I wish I could drink coffee. I could just have sips every now and then. This is a delicious coffee from Hawaii that my sister-in-law got us, and it smells amazing. If you could get something like this, you can get stuff like this at the grocery store. You could get a Starbucks pound. You could get even McDonald's, Tim Hortons. Great stuff to give to people. And it just reminds them, you know, like if it's a teacher or something, they can pretend that they're sitting in Paris drinking a delicious coffee on a nice terrace instead of maybe watching Peppa Pig or something like that. Another great consumable would be like some baked goods in a nice little tin. You can get these anywhere, and what's nice is it's not really adding clutter usually because either they can re-gift them to others or they can use them to store their own baked goods in, which I do. One year for my kids' teachers, we took a jar and we made our own homemade hot chocolate mix. And of course, you know, last but not least, if you don't know somebody well enough at all, you can give them like a gift card. This is a Tim Hortons gift card or Starbucks. Teachers, I think that the last thing they want is maybe like another mug. And we definitely want to show them the appreciation because, man, I am so glad I'm not a teacher. Especially this year because I'm homeschooling my kids, which is also the last year I'm homeschooling my kids. So for friends and family, now again, we're gonna look to be adding value to their lives. And again, I really like to give consumables. Now you can always give caffeine, like tea or coffee. You can give a nice wine, some other kind of alcohol. I, every year, make my family a gift basket. I make a gift basket for my mom, my grandparents, and my mother-in-law. And I always I put in a nice cheese. So this is like the Boursin, which is like a yummy little kind of cream cheese with some flavor, some fancy crackers, a couple things of fancy crackers. This is a lingonberry jam, a little tin with some baked goods, and if you have a lot of David's tea tins like this, like I do, I take it and I make some, I can't help but just smell those cookies, the Vanilla Krantz cookies, these delicious little circle rings, and I make these up. Any other circle cookies, I put them in there. So instead of like having like tons of these hanging around, because I have quite the David's tea collection, I can use these, re-gift them, and I think they're useful for a lot of things. My kids have stuff filled with them. It's really helpful. And this, let's just pretend that this has candied pecans in it because this is what we give to our family members every year as well. I've got it in a nice bowl. Often I put it in a nice basket, but I think I decluttered my basket because I can sometimes get a little carried away. You can give them a nice bowl if they need it. Otherwise, if they don't, get a basket because they're not going to want that bowl cluttering it up, and they can re-gift the basket. And now friends, what would we do without our friends? Well, you know, every year except for this year because of COVID, my friends and I have a great little gift exchange, which is so fun. And we do the sort of like giving a gift, stealing a gift thing. And there are always great gifts there. And Last year, I got this wonderful fluffy blanket. It's actually from Chapters, which is a bookstore here in Canada, and it's really soft and fuzzy, and I actually bought one for my son, and he just loves it. I use this. If I'm home, it's on me if I'm sitting down. And if I'm at work, I can't wait to get home to my blanket. So I like to give gifts that add value and that add meaning, like I said before. So an ornament is great. A travel mug, somebody might need a travel mug, so that's a great gift to give because it's utilitarian, which I love, but also it is something that will remind them of you. Another great idea is this basket that I use whenever I do my shopping or my errands, and I take it with me, and it's great. I take returns with me. I buy things and put them in it. It's awesome to have my basket with me. Now, gift certificates. Again, gift certificates are something that I try to kind of reserve to not give too often. They don't feel as personal, but they can be personal if you're giving a great service. And I would not hesitate to give out a gift card for a portrait, to give out gift cards for somebody to get their hair cut, get a facial, a manicure, anything like that is going to be a great gift that adds value to their lives, and they're not having to buy a thing to keep in their house. So kids can be a challenge to buy for. So everything that I'm showing you today, if there is a link, I will put it in the description below. And if it is available on Amazon and it's a good price, I'll put that down there. And if it is on Amazon, it's an affiliate link, which means that it doesn't cost you anymore, but our channel gets a little bit of money, which is very helpful. Now, years ago, my friend Leah gave me some great advice for getting gifts for children. Get something that they want, something that they need, something that they can wear, and something that they can read. So as far as something they want, that will vary by the kids, but there are a couple of things that I think that you can't really go too wrong with, depending on the ages. So number one, you can't really go wrong with Lego. It gives you something to step on, and it gives your kids something to build. So if they're really little, they can build Duplo, and if they're bigger, they can start their Lego collection. It's a great way to be creative and a great way to pass the time. It's a good gift for kids. Older kids might like video games. They can be very helpful. They actually aren't as bad, apparently, for kids as long as you supervise them. I think games are a really good thing to get kids, and they don't add a lot of clutter. And when you're done with them, if you have all the pieces, you can sell them or give them away. This is a game actually that my husband and I got years ago, and it's called Ziggity. It's really fun, so I will post a link for that below. This is one that we got last year, and it's called Exploding Kittens. We got it for our kids. It's a card game, really fun game. Again, you know, I'm a big on experiences, so it's good to give kids like some tickets. This year we were supposed to go have so much fun. We were supposed to go see the Pet Shop Boys and New Order, and we were going to take our oldest and our middle boy. Unfortunately, with COVID, that got delayed. I really hope that they make it next year. My friend last year, her and her husband, they brought their kids over to Vancouver. They had a great time. They went in like January. You wouldn't think they'd have fun, but they went to Science World. They went to the Vancouver Aquarium. They did all sorts of fun stuff. Doesn't hurt to get the movie tickets, even just like a gift card to Tim Hortons or McDonald's or something. That's fun for them to have that money. Now, as far as something that they need, this is a great thing that you can teach your kids about the utilitarianism of gifts and how sometimes we get things that we need and it's actually kind of useful. I personally love getting gifts that I need. I know a lot of kids need ambition, but hey, all right. So you'll probably have a better idea of what your kids need than I do, but a couple of examples would be like some sporting equipment, depending on what you and your family do. If you actually like do skiing, you can get them stuff for skiing or skating, or even like a little scooter, a baseball glove, a baseball, a basketball hoop, like the list could go on. And now something that they can wear. Now, if you are the parent of a teenage girl, now this is a gift to you because you can get clothes that aren't that revealing. One of the things that I was thinking about for my kids this year was to go onto the Vans website, and you can actually personalize shoes for your kids. And I know my son kind of had his eye on some Simpson shoes. So I was thinking this might be a good idea for him. It's also great to give them some sweaters. Kids are always needing sweaters. They're always growing. And in my family, we always give pajamas under the Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, which is good because I don't know how, but my son Oliver always gets holes in his knees. The last topic for kids is something that they can read. So like, well, almost dropped that. Holes. This is a good book. And then Captain Underpants. This is a series that my son really liked. When my kids were younger, they really liked a lot of the Arthur books, the Geronimo Stilton. When they were even younger than that, there's some great books about pirates. I think it's called My Pirate is a Babysitter. I'll put it on the screen and then I'll link it below. The Harry Potter series is wonderful. And a great way to find out what is an appropriate thing to give your kids, head to the bookstore and talk to the people there. They will have some good ideas. And before I get to my wish list, I'll just quickly go over the spouse. Now, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever, your significant other, they can be a real challenge to buy for too sometimes. But really, if you just look to, there's a couple of great ideas. Again, you think about how can I add value with the gift I'm giving. One example of what I'm giving my husband this year, which I think he'll like it, is this is his old tape measure. It's all rusty. We let it get wet and then we didn't dry it properly. So I got him a new one, which is great. It has both metric and standard, which like I'm shocked this one doesn't, but it's very handy. Something that they can read would be great. And again, we're hoping to not add a lot of clutter, right? So I have this Kindle that I asked for my mom last year. And it's great. It comes with this little case, which I like. You can get all sorts of e-readers. I happen to just like the Kindle. And what's great, there's a lot of awesome books that I've read this last year. I'll link them all below. What's nice is this does not add any clutter. And you can download something quickly, read it. Can't remember which one this is, but you can actually make it so that it's got a black background. So if my husband's sleeping, it's not like super bright. I can adjust the brightness. I can adjust the font, the size, everything. I love this little Kindle. I think this is a great gift for anybody, especially a spouse. You want to assess what do they need aside from you. My mom always said, don't ever buy art for anybody. And I think that is really good advice. So I think the only person you really could buy it for would be your spouse, because you probably have a pretty good idea of their taste. I got my husband a cute little Volkswagen picture, but it was painted by a local artist. They're called West Coast Kitsch, and they have an Etsy store, which is wonderful. And they will do anything customized you want also, which is handy. Here's another one that I'm looking at for Etsy. I probably would do this next year because I kind of left it a little late, but it's a picture of a family and you can personalize it down to your animals, everything. It's super cool. Now my wish list. Okay, so some of it's a little inexpensive, some of it's a little more. Wait, no, I don't think any of it's inexpensive. No, wait, one of them is, sort of. I've heard really good things about the iRobot vacuum that goes around and cleans up everything. It sounds divine. You can just sit there drinking your tea and your robot is vacuuming up and cleaning up your floor. And apparently they do really well. And yes, I actually do consider that sort of thing would be a gift to me because I just like that sort of thing. I'm not saying that every woman wants stuff to do with cleaning or cooking. Those are just my personal preferences. The other thing, and I'm going to link this below, is the air fryer lid for the Instant Pot. Oh, I have wanted an air fryer for a long time, but I just didn't want to add another appliance to my kitchen. So this is like something that would take up a little bit of space, but what's great is it's just another lid for the Instant Pot. So it's not going to be like a whole other appliance, and then I can still air fry my food. And apparently they get some pretty good results. So that is definitely on my list. And the one thing that isn't that expensive is a cookbook. I've heard such awesome things about this Skinny Taste cookbook. This lady apparently has some fantastic recipes. So this is definitely on my list and I hope to get it. I've done a few Christmas videos lately. I did one on decorating. I did one on how I organize all of my Christmas stuff. So click here for those videos and click here for my Christmas playlist. I hope to see you soon. Bye.